I had the honor to create these amazing double-sided blinged out Zeta Phi Beta keychains. Let me tell you, I absolutely love when my customers come back. I will say my returning customer rate is amazing. I'm so blessed to have people still choose me. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I blinged out these keychains. But I also want to talk about entrepreneurship and learning how to listen to that inner voice. When I mean that inner voice, I mean God. It's time to pour that favorite drink and grab a notebook. Boy, now you make me float, float. Boy, really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, dope. 'Cause you. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. And my name is Mar. For the ones that don't know, I am the owner of Mar's Custom Cases. I've been creating amazing blinged out handmade phone cases, Crocs, different types of accessories, cups, you name it, for the last almost 12 years. They may be cute, they may be pretty, they may be beautiful, but I always say I'm going to charge my worth. So these are not your average phone cases that you have seen. These are different. These are one of the phone cases that you step in the room, everybody notice you. Okay? Those type of phone cases and Crocs and accessories that last for years. Have people grabbing your stuff and saying, oh my goodness, where'd you get that from? If you're new to this channel, let me know in the comments. When I first started this channel and started getting serious, my whole goal was to build a community. That's always been a goal for Mars Custom Cases, because there are so many different men and women and even kids too that rock Mars Custom Cases, even what's going on in this economy. So I want to always take a moment out to thank each and one of you. If you buy a product, if you comment on something, if you share, if you subscribe, I appreciate you and I thank you. So let's get into it. Entrepreneurship is realizing the person you have to become is way harder to build than the business itself. As business owners, we're often focused on the product, the marketing, the sales, but we forget about the person behind it all. I've had to learn that not all money is good money, and it's okay to say no to orders that may not align with my values or even drain my energy. It's okay to take a break and listen to your inner voice. When I say and speak on inner voice, I speak on God. I had to learn to trust that everything will work out. If I'm supposed to have this business and create beautiful, amazing things for women and men all over the world, God's going to give me the customers. God's going to place me in rooms where I probably didn't even think or can imagine I would be in. Building a business is not just about making money. It's about becoming the person you need to be to sustain it. It's about growing, learning, and evolving. When you first start a business, you're not going to be the same person in year 3, in year 5, even in year 10. There's so many things that I wish I did differently when I first started my business. I feel as though now, from all the things that I went through on my journey, the ins, the outs, the ups and downs, the small wins and even the big wins, and even the fails. I went through all this to share my testimony, my stories, to help someone to keep going or start their business. Like, that's my goal right now, is to truly share what goes on behind closed doors. I would have done differently. I always mention, I can only tell you but so much of how to make a phone case, how to prep Crocs, how to create a keychain, give you that information. Say side note, the ones that's super serious about learning to start their own business, start their own phone case business, learn how to create any of these products that I make. If you want my undivided time, tell me so we can book you. And I'm gonna let y'all know now, it's not free. My time is very valuable. Give you so much knowledge and so much wisdom of the things that I've went through. Some people are doing some things as a hobby, and some people's interested in really starting their own business. Let y'all know, this stuff is not easy. I did want to say a side note, I'm here for the ones that's serious. So, let me know. All the information will be in the description. Back to where I left off. Literally ask your phone, ask AI how to make a phone case, how to make a junk case. For me, I always like to talk about the mental behind owning a business, because it doesn't get talked about as much. Those wins, but we don't share about how rough it was and how much we were crying and on our knees asking God to show us a sign to keep going because we were about to give up. How you have to become more disciplined, more focused, more intentional about the moves you make. Learning to listen to that inner voice and knowing when to pause. Learning to pour back into yourself. and not allowing business and social media to consume your life. Kind of why last month I took the kids out to so many Halloween activities. I wanted to create more memories and just take a step back. And not only did I take a step back, but I took a step back from social media. I didn't post as much. I didn't present myself on how many orders I was receiving for the day, the week, the month. When I first started my business and for many years to come, my goal was to show people you can trust me because I understand people be out here scamming and doing wrong. I'm showing that quality work. I'm showing the customers their reviews, and I felt like I was just trying to prove a point in a room that didn't even care. Because as we know, sometimes our algorithm gets into the wrong hands. I mean, last year I was dealing with people stealing my work and posting on their pages, their Etsy shops, trying to make money off my work, dealing with trolls, dealing with trying to post as many times as you can to be on the algorithm because you know how these social medias work. You know how they work. They try to, whether they get us to spend money on ads or trying to push us to make so many videos, and we'll be exhausted. We are working as robots. And at that moment, I felt like my videos wasn't getting to the right people, and I'm posting, there's no reactions, there's no engagement. I'm letting you know, like, as a business owner that's going into 12 years, sometimes you just want more. And sometimes you know when it's time to take a break, or when it's time to stop, or when it's time to change, the narrative of that story. See, the thing with me is when I start feeling like I'm putting more energy into people and not into God, not into trusting the process, so frustrated because I know there have been people that's been watching me for years. Or sometimes people are more louder in your DMs and messages and not actually out loud. I thought there was a shift for myself. I mean, 12 years is the shift about the people around me or my mindset. I just knew it was a shift and I needed to take a step back. Your voice told me, don't post as much. I was so used to posting everything. I posted about how much I was making. I was posting about how many orders I was pushing out. I was posting the ideas and goals I had, or some I accomplished, some that was still pending. And you know what happened was gave it a loophole, an opening for the people to wish on my downfall. See, you don't know who really praying for you or praying against you. I just want to let you know, I've had moments where I've seen the shift with people when I pushed out my wins. When it comes to owning a business, we have a lot of ideas, $1 million ideas. And if we push out our ideas to the wrong people, crowd, or on social media too soon, sometimes we ruin our wins by that. I'm going to say this again. There are people that are out there praying for your downfall. Comes with the territory of owning a business. Clap for you that really don't want to see you win. Some folks that scroll past your work or making an effort to not like anything, but watch and view everything you post. You have to be careful who the people that you allow around you with your $1 million ideas. There are going to be people that's going to tell you it's not going to work. There going to be other people that might copy that idea. That's why it's so important to listen to your inner voice. So my inner voice was telling me that I'm trusting the Lord, but I also having some fear that, the economy is down already. The sales this year has been one up and down year. For so many other business owners I've seen give up, quit, move on, and wondering if it's you going to be next. Not a time to slow down at all. Like, this is all the things that I was thinking. Still, the inner voice was telling me, but everybody don't need to know what's going on. I will say for me in the business, my business is built on integrity. Business is doing the right thing. Though I'm not perfect and I've made mistakes, one thing I don't play with is people's money. I will say, even though it was a test of faith, you can't have fear and still have trust in the Lord. So I had my trust bigger than my fear. And I pushed my fear to the side and allowed to rest and to still get orders. Crazy thing is, for me not to post and still receive orders was such a blessing. I had to remind myself, Mar, you worked so hard in these 11 years. I've sacrificed, I've helped, I gave stuff for free, I taught for free. So I feel like at this point, I know my worth and I know the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of tears that I put in brick by brick, build this business and to do right by others and to allow others to know that they can trust me. Trust me not only with your money, but your time, with your patience. And when you really love what you do, it shows. And God bless me by pushing customers my way. And this order that I'm working on was one of them orders. Met a Zeta Phi Beta member a couple years ago, events that I was a vendor at. I showcase a lot of my items and I even made specific items for, their sorority. I met someone and she got my information and the following year she placed an order for about 15 keychains or something like that. Needed a gift, or should I say gifts, for a private event. And at first, as she told me, she was on Amazon and she said she could have got anything, but something in her heart said not get nothing from Amazon at that moment. She slept on it. And when she slept on it, she thought of me when she woke up. Sorry, I don't know how many believers that come across my channel or my page or this video right here, but tell me that I ain't God. And come to find out, she got these done, got these made. She ordered these keychains for someone else for an event because she went on a trip. But when she picked them up, she had to drop them off and everything. So not only did she trust me for ordering some things for herself, also trust me enough to order something for someone else. That's amazing. I don't take that for granted at all. Not only that order, but I had a plethora of orders that was God sent. Now I'm taking a moment to thank God, because first I took a moment to thank the customers, but now I'm taking a moment to thank God because only God knew. I'm not gonna lie, this year has been the roughest year of all the 11 years that I've been doing this. These last other 10 years had nothing to do on this year. So proud of myself because I stood my ground. There was many times I turned orders away. It didn't align with me. See, when you're doing something and you love what you do, you know that not meant for everything and everyone. You have to be okay with that. I'm gonna let you know I wasn't okay with that at first, because when I first started my business, I wanted to do and be for everybody because I could, make a phone case for a young adult, a teenager, a man, a woman, a kid, Crocs, keychain, tumbler cups, you name it. The value of it, the years changed, of knowledge with the journey going up and down, better materials, better techniques, things looking better. You charge your worth. That's when you realize everyone doesn't understand your worth, and that's that's the biggest thing I feel like in business, being okay with someone saying like, you're not for me, or your prices are too high. Someone tell me my prices are too high, I get excited because I know that, okay, that's a step closer to finding someone that know my prices is right for them. People that come across my page and believe that, I charge too much. There's some people that may say, oh, I'm not paying that much for a phone case. And at first it used to bother me because I wanted to show people I put my all into it. But as I learned, you're never too much for the right people. I am so, like, when I'm wrapping up orders ready to ship it off and then having orders laid out to see, like, what's available, what I need to work on, what I need to ship off, I just be sitting here in such awe, because when I tell you guys this has been such a trying year, I don't know, there's other business owners that has been going through just a lot, period. But owning a business is not for the weak. It's not easy, none of that. And to have orders on my desk ready to ship off means everything to me. Also, when I come over here and see the different, not only countries, but different states in the United States. So we have, to me, still a lot that needs to be filled in, but to know what type of year we've been having, no one really knows, behind the scenes. But to know that, I'm blessed, because look at that, like, we're blessed.